Bliss Loves, happy Sunday. It is another day for a weekly reading, and I want to first address the fact that we are not live on this weekly reading because I did already go live earlier today, and it was unfortunately disconnected mid-reading, and then I finished the reading, and when I went to upload both videos, then it just didn't work. YouTube would not allow for the videos to upload. They cleared completely and deleted off of my channel. So we are here now to review the energy of what I discussed earlier. So if you were able to catch the live reading, good for you. You got a lot of information that was very, very important. And I think also there's kind of a synchronicity with that. Like a lot of the people that joined live earlier got the full energy for a specific reason. And sometimes that happens with spirit where those people needed the message more clearly, or they got something specific from the message that other people didn't need at this time. And so now I'm here, instead of going live again and risking YouTube disconnecting again, I decided to do a really quick recap of the energy I talked about. I'm going to do this quickly because I only have a certain amount of storage space on my phone as I'm recording it from here, and I want to still be able to upload it to YouTube. So I'm going to go quick, so hold on tight as I go through this information, but really, really powerful information to discuss. Okay, so I'm not going to review last week's reading because that'll just take extra time and you can always go back and review. But let's start with the spirit messages of this week, April 12th to April 19th. We are on Easter holiday today, so happy Easter. And what I was talking about earlier and when I went live in this way on this reading was that Easter is all about rebirth, resurrection, and massive transformation, and that we are right now undergoing the energy of Easter as we experience and remember this holiday. And so our rebirth is happening right now as we have let go of a lot of the energy of 2019 and the whole decade of 2010 to 2020. We released all of that heavy weight and baggage right before this new year. And so when we released that, we were really kind of allowing that to die off, all of that energy. They were like mini deaths that we experienced towards the end of 2019. And that mini death that we experienced allowed us to clear and release and let go. And it also allowed us to rebirth ourselves. So by letting go, we open up for new energy to be received. And so because we let go of so much at the end of 2019, and as a mass collective that we're undergoing this massive transformation of the systems and the things that we rely on, and the natural way that we carry our life being seriously altered with this COVID-19 and the quarantine, everything that we know that is secure to us and comfortable to us and that we base our support and security off of has really been fading away in a big way, that there's been a destruction of those things, a death of those things. And so when there's a death, there's a sacrifice, and we've sacrificed our comfort in order to release those things. You know, the comfort of having convenience to go to the store and get whatever we need, the comfort of being able to go and hang out with friends and interact with people in community without needing to wear a mask or social distancing, right? The comfort of knowing exactly how we're going to get paid and how the government system is going to handle things and how the order of operations is going to be managed in our world today. So those comforts have been released from us, right? We've been stripped of those comforts. And so that's part of the sacrifice that happens whenever there's a death or a rebirth. There's always a sacrifice. So we've sacrificed our comfort. We've killed off the things that weren't working and the things that we were used to that were providing us a security blanket that wasn't really serving our ability to grow into new and powerful ways to expand. And so now we're rebirthing, and our heart is rebirthing. Our heart is becoming more soft and gentle and tender and nurturing to ourselves and to others. We're being more sentimental and more open with our expression because of it. And this is a beautiful experience. Now, as we rebirth, we then resurrect. We resurrect aspects of ourself, aspects of our energy, our true essence that have been forgotten or neglected or ignored or put aside in the past, and that are necessary to shine through us so that we can step fully into our true essence, our purpose, our purest positive potential, and resurrect our most vibrant self. And then we are going to experience massive transformation in that regard. Now, as we rebirth and resurrect, there's a period of time in between that where we're put in this limbo place, where we're put in this kind of quarantine, just like we are right now. And this is the Easter energy, right? This rebirth, resurrection, massive transformation. We're going through it right now. Rebirth, resurrection, and in this limbo between that, in this quarantine, not being able to be touched or talked to, kind of social distancing. You know, when Jesus went into the tomb, he was going through that limbo stage between dimensions, between his ethereal body, his etheric body, his spiritual body, and his physical body. And he couldn't be touched, right? His body was preserved. It was separated. It was isolated from everyone else. And even when he revealed himself to Mary Magdalene, once he was fully resurrected in his etheric body and his true brilliance, he even told Mary, don't touch me yet. You can't touch me. I'm still ascending. I'm not fully ascended. I'm not fully transcended into this new light body that I have. I have to be socially distant from you. I can't be touched. I can't be, my energy has to be preserved. So we're experiencing that as a mass collective, and we're experiencing it on a personal level as well. So I encourage you to focus in on some of the ways that you see these similarities manifesting. Then we get into the massive transformation, which is a result of the rebirth and resurrection. And that's where the miracles happen, the magic happens, the new world, the new essence, life as we know it, the world as we know it is changed forever, and we are changed forever. And that's what we're moving into as a mass consciousness here in this time with the quarantine. We're moving into learning and seeing the world in a way that we've never seen it before. And I feel like it's going to be a beautiful thing once all of this blows over. Now, a couple of other things that I want to talk about is that with this being said, you really want to focus in this week on reflecting on what you're doing with your time and reflecting also on how you're resurrecting yourself, what you're rebirthing in. And so these are just a couple of questions you can ask yourself. So I invite you to write them down, to reflect on them this week, because this is going to bring forth energy that you need this week to help you really navigate this timeline we're on. So ask yourself, what am I rebirthing? What have I let go of? What am I stepping into? How am I resurrecting my true essence? How can I be more myself? How can I let more of my true essence shine through? What am I doing with my time? Am I allowing the rebirth and resurrection? Or am I dulling myself, my spark, my energy, dumbing my energy down with Netflix and, news media coverage and, unhealthy habits that aren't good for me? What am I doing to stay in that progressive energy of rebirth, resurrection to get to those magical and miraculous transformations? Because if you're starting to get distracted by the media and Netflix and all of these other things, then you're most likely falling into the trap that the Matrix has set for you to keep you from activating your spirit during this powerfully potent time to do so. So don't fall into that trap, the Matrix trap. Let yourself ascend out of that, resurrect out of that. Now, also, we want to acknowledge that this week we're going to have more abundance coming through to us in different forms. So be open to receiving abundance in new forms and knowing what that means and allowing yourself to explore that. Also, the same thing with love, that we're going to receive love in new forms, different forms of love, different types of love, different levels of love are going to be activated within us this week. And then there's also going to be some paradoxes this week, some conflicting ideas that actually really resonate true to us, some duality that brings forth a true awakening or a true consciousness or a true awareness on something, or just truth in general coming from duality. We're going to see that this week. And then I encourage you as well during this time with Easter having the holiday today to also do a little research about the etheric body, because Jesus did step into his etheric body during this time of Easter, resurrecting into his light body. And so by meditating, doing yoga, doing breath work, staying connected to your intuition, diving deeper into what that means for you, tapping into your life purpose and your soul mission, all of these ways are ways to activate the etheric body. And it can be a very healing experience, a very immune boosting experience, and a very soul sparking experience to do so. So I encourage you to do your own research in that way. Okay, real quick to finish this up, I want to go over the astrology influences. On Tuesday, 4/14, we're going to feel some activation of the 444 portal continuing throughout this month, and that's going to bring more order to chaos in our life and on a mass perspective. We're also going to see the sun squaring Pluto on Tuesday, which means that we're going to feel even more of the death and rebirth cycle from the stars astrologically. So it's important to tap into courage, to deep breath, and to confidence on Tuesday, and to be present in that transition as you move into your empowerment. And then on Wednesday, the next day, we're going to have a strong alchemy code, the ability to transform things that are not too valuable into something very valuable. So we're going to feel that. And on Wednesday, Sun squares Jupiter, which brings us uplifting energy, joy, love on Wednesday with the alchemy code. Sun squares Jupiter with that energy. So it's really great to be writing and expressing yourself with that. It's also going to give us some money activation, some more abundance coming through, and inspiring us to integrate more healthy and happy actions, and that will be what brings in more abundance for us. And also making sure not to overspend or be too generous in regards to our financial abundance, because that energy is going to be so strong. We want to make sure not to overindulge. And then on Saturday, our last astrological influence, Mercury sextiles Venus and Mercury sextiles Mars, allowing us to communicate with more love and compassion and to voice our appreciation and love for things. And then also to act on and embody our love of things. Very, very important to ground in our expression of love and gratitude. And then finally, just a quick review of the cards that I pulled earlier from the weekly reading. The beginning of the week brought in the Soulmate card, allowing us to recognize our soulmate connections, our love connections, and also our platonic soulmate connections, the connections that are non-romantic but are deeply ingrained in our spirit and our soul mission, and allowing us to come together as soul tribe to start to activate our soul mission together. Middle of the week card brings forth the friendship card, letting us know that yes, there is more friendship type love out there right now, different forms of love, more friendship in our life, and really leaning on that friendship and valuing that friendship more by allowing ourselves at the end of the week to reach out to our friends, to reach out to our soulmates, our amazing soul tribe and family, and to also reach out to our spirit guides and our soul tribe in the spirit world who are hearing our call of connection and joining us in our soul mission to help us serve and spread positivity into the world. So really powerful activation from that reading. Again, my apologies that it was cleared from my YouTube channel for some strange reason when I went live today, but at least you got a quick summary of the energy of this week to look forward to, and hopefully that gave you a really nice awareness of everything that we are going to be navigating through this week. So tap into what you're resurrecting in your life, what you're rebirthing from in your life, how you're changing and massively transforming in your life, and allow yourself to step into your true essence and let that shine through by connecting to your soulmates, your friends, and reaching out to all of those that you want that connection with and want to share that connection with so you can amplify the energy. I love you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful week. I will be back on live on YouTube this upcoming Sunday at 1:11 p.m. Central Time for another weekly reading. Let's keep our fingers crossed that all goes well, but I will see you there. Peace.